Good morning. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. This is going to be my last route for 2025 and it's Knockfell via Dufton, 9.2 out and back. I'll leave a link to the walk in the video description. Right, so your start point is here at Dufton. Some toilets there, free car park, parking by donation, toilets in there. And this is Dufton, lovely little village. Anybody familiar with the Pennine Weir will know about this place. Curious little fella. So I had the idea that I was going to finish the year off on this mountain pretty much as soon as I started putting the videos out a few months ago. This was the very first mountain I ever climbed. Months before I set foot on anything over the Lake District, this was my first proper mountain. And if you watch my Crossfell video, I spoke a little bit about the absolute horrendous time I had on it and what a nightmare day that was. And if you don't know, let us explain. It was about 3 years ago when I decided to come and climb this for the first time. I'd started walking a short time prior to that, but I think I'd only did a handful of routes and nothing at any elevation. The highest I'd probably been up was 1,000 feet. Nowhere near the 2,600 on this. So I turned up very naive, didn't know what I was doing really, and I set off to climb Knockfell. The ascent was relentless, nothing difficult or technical, no climbing involved, just a relentless up walk. And to be honest, it broke us physically and mentally. I was so unfit. I don't know if I still smoked then or I just stopped. Either way, it absolutely crippled me. Once I hit about 2,000 feet, the visibility was shocking. To be honest, there's probably only 2 or 3 other occasions where I can remember having visibility anywhere near as bad as that. And I was scared. I'd never been in an environment like that before, and it was a frightening time. I kept having visions of us collapsing with the exhaustion and being stuck up here. But eventually I hit the summit, touched it, and I ran off that mountain because I just wanted to be down. I think I sent Jordan a video saying something like I was stupid and I would never attempt something like that again by myself. Obviously that didn't stick. So although I had a horrific experience on it the very first time, I am very fond of this mountain because it ultimately changed my life. Once I got home, I realised that I did enjoy pushing myself in them type of environments, but if I was going to do it and it was going to be a thing for me, I had to learn to respect them, invest in better gear, but most importantly learn about conditions at elevation, because here in a valley like this it can look clear as day, but once you get up there you could be walking straight into hell. Jesus, can you hear that? What an evil looking place. Now the route's opened up a bit in front of us, we'll start to slowly ascend through these fields, gradually gaining elevation. Should get some nice views left and right up here. First proper views after following the stream up to here. Dufton Pike, looking absolutely cracking. This big lump here is Knock Pike. That's the type of river crossing I enjoy. Brownber Hill. So we're going to head up here, hang a left, and then head up towards that moorland up there. Very important, hang this left here. You want that Knock Pike on your left hand side as you ascend. I'm overheated to death climbing this. I'd worn my Montane duality jacket, which is designed for sub-zero temperatures, expecting it to be absolutely brass up here, and when I've got up it's pretty mild. I mean, I'm only about 1,500 feet up, but it's pretty mild, so I probably would have been alright with just the fleece. Right, so there's your first proper view of Knockfell. We're going to head straight up the side of it here. I'm only kind of half prepared for what I'm going to try when I hit the summit of Knockfell, but I'm going to try and find a plane wreckage. And the story is that in 1954 a Gloucester Meteor jet, which was one of the first British fighter jets made, was on a training exercise and it crashed into the side of Knockfell, killed both the pilots outright, and their bodies were brought down. But apparently the wreckage is still up there. Now, it's not located on any map, but I've got a compass bearing, and that is 55 degrees northeast for around 300 meters. You're advised not to go looking for it in bad visibility, but when I'm looking up there now, it's looking pretty good. So I'm going to have a mission about, and I'm going to see if I can find the wing of that jet, if possible. Wow. Beauty little bridge this. And there's your warning. Not a place to be messed with. Route's pretty straightforward. See it snaking up there. But this is the part that absolutely broke us the very first time. So we'll see how I get on 3 years later. So there's your first false summit. Climb up that steep bit there to be greeted with that. Further elevation. Christ, it's steep. Usually when you get these boulders, it means you're nearing the summit. But I might get above here and there might be another false summit. I can't remember. As soon as I hit 2,000 feet, conditions have changed dramatically. Still pretty clear. We can see we're heading into the clag. The wind's getting up a bit and it's a lot colder. How have I getting up this with no mountain experience? I was hungover and all, you know. How have I getting up here? I'll tell you what, it's risky that when you haven't done something like this before. Summit push now. Following this up, you just see the cairns there in the distance, just under a mile. They look a lot further than a mile to me. If you're ever low on water in the summer, that'll be good to drink. That'll be absolutely crystal clear, that. Beautiful. Once I've come above 2,000 feet, the higher I'm going, the colder it's getting. The wind chill is absolutely brass. Coat back on, gloves back on. I can't see jack shit. These are not nice places to be in the clag, like. I'll check the summit out, but by the look of it, I'm not going wandering these moors looking for any plane. They advise you not to do it in bad visibility, and I'm going to use my head. Must be fucking mad. That's how cold it is up here. This wind chill, I'm not kidding, it must be about -6. It's absolutely brutal. First summit cairn. This is not the actual summit. That's about 390 feet northeast. I just need a bit of respite from that wind. Oh Christ, blow bogies and all sorts. So as I've been ascending that, I've been getting battered. It's not good. Awful. Knockfell summit, 2,605 feet, and it is fucking grim. Grim. So I've had a little wander towards that compass bearing, but I cannot see jack shit. I cannot see any plane wreckage up here. The visibility is just too poor, and I thought I'll walk as far as I can see that summit cairn. I'm not walking across this. Nah, get me off. Bit disappointing, man. I really wanted to try and find it, but you cannot mess around up here, man. It's not marked on the map. All I've got's a fucking compass bearing, and I'm just wandering into an icy abyss. It's too cold and it's too bleak. There's always another time. No doubt I'll be back up here in the future, somewhere down the line. I'm not risking my life to find a fucking wing. So back the way we came up. That's just a perfect example of what I said before I started ascending, how it can look absolutely beautiful down low and then you're walking into hell at elevation. Perfect example. Till next time, my icy friend. I mean, look at that. That's how brutal it is up here. Dear me. So I've come down about 400 feet now, and you can just see the difference in visibility. That's where I've come off. You know, so them few 100 feet make all the difference. If the wreckage was a couple of 100 feet lower, we could well have seen it. But never mind, let's get down and have a bit bait. Not bad views for a hot drink and a sandwich after being up in that hellhole. I'm nearly down, so I'll wrap it up. I've enjoyed it. Like I said before, I'm very fond of this mountain because it was my first I ever climbed. If anything, I hope this video shows people the difference in conditions at elevation. On the way up, it looked absolutely class. I had my coat off, it was red hot. And then when I got up there, if I didn't have this sub-zero winter jacket on, I might have been in difficulty there because it was absolutely freezing. Disappointed I couldn't find the plane wreckage, but you know, it's been there since the 50s. It's not gone anywhere, is it? I had a mooch out, couldn't see in front of us. It could have been 10 feet in front of us, but I wouldn't have seen it. So never mind about that. But I've had a good day, and it's been good to get up and test myself on this thing again. And it's a fucking hard climb, this. It's a long way. It's going to be about 10 miles by the time I get back. So it's near walk in the park. And I'm very surprised I was able to come up and climb it for my first one. I can't believe I've getting up here, hungover and that. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Even though the summit was shit. So I hope everyone has a good new year. And I'll be back in 2026 with some videos from the Lake District and other places.